The next performer was slated to be David Z. Morris. He's a really great poet, but I don't see him here. David? Yeah, I think there's a few people that got like mixed up directions. But anyhow, I want to bring up a friend and comrade of mine who showed up to the show and was kind of doing jail support all last night. There was a big march rally for maybe against fascism. It was called Cancel Fascism, and in response to recent attacks on the Jewish community, people of color, women, and just psychopaths who have access to guns and think killing people is okay. I don't know. I'm not going to speak to this issue. I want to bring up someone who was there last night to talk about the march. She's going to do a recap because I asked her to. She's in the back, so please, can everyone give it up for Shannon Ferrii, everybody? Did I get her last name right, Ferrii? Okay, fine. Also, I should say, I know the show has been very male-dominated. I had a couple female performers who had work things come up at the last minute because, women tend to work way harder than dudes. That's on you. But the anthology you should totally buy for $5 during the break we're going to have after the next performer is very female-dominated, so please read their work. Shannon, everybody.
Hi, how are y'all doing tonight? So yesterday I helped march in something called We'll Outlive Them. It was supposed to be for the victims of the Tree of Life Synagogue Massacre. It was mostly staged by this group called the Jewish Voices for Peace. It started off pretty interesting. Within 10 minutes, cops came with a speaker blasting on repeat saying, "If you wear a mask, unnaturally, we will arrest." So within 10 minutes, they start doing a V formation and picking out people one by one. Within 30 minutes, they almost snatched me. Luckily, I can outrun pigs. However, they did grab somebody just because she was wearing a scarf. Well, besides that, it kind of went fine. They tried to take the streets. They did it for at least a block. Throughout the march, though, we were being followed by 3 Trump supporters who either chanted, "Trump, Trump, Trump," or "Traitor, traitor, traitor."
If only they could be combined!
Well, at least we could say to them, on repeat, our chants are more creative. We stopped at the Metropolitan Museum of Art to do a speech. It was a heartfelt moment to be standing in front of a bunch of tourists that have literally no idea what you're doing. You're holding a bunch of banners that say, "We will outlive them." All they're doing is just taking photos. My personal favorite thing, however, was how many times the cops kept revving up their motorcycle engines to drown out our noise. We had to keep doing mic checks so people could hear us. During the march, however, we had to cut across Central Park. I have never smelt motorcycle engines that it was so disgusting. I thought I was actually gonna faint for like a good minute or two. Luckily, however, we made it to the park we made it past the park and into Riverside Drive with no further incidences. Then we get to Riverside Drive to the Warsaw Ghetto Memorial. Cops didn't try to disrupt us because we decided to do a, what is it called? We were practicing a Jewish ceremony for Shabbat. And every time somebody needed to speak or do part of the Shabbat, they started screaming again, "Traitors, traitors, traitors." 3 people are screaming traitors while Jewish people are trying to do a memorial. So one of the Jewish members said, "Hey, non-Jews, you want to take care of that?" I ran over as fast as I could. This one woman just points me out and immediately says every nasty word she can think of. I'm a fucking bitch. I'm a fucking cunt. I'm a stupid ass bitch. Didn't really bother me. All I could really say back is you're the literal manifestation of a leather face. But then she goes, why don't you come over here, while standing behind a bunch of cops. I have never lunged at a person until that moment. Thank God, however, somebody managed to hold me back. Unfortunately, during this confrontation, trying to quell these 3 Trump supporters, an indigenous person got in between the supporters and the cops. And one cop specifically said, "You are in my safe zone," while trying to reach for her gun. We tried to have her back, and unfortunately all the cops started to surround her, to break us away from her, to arrest her. All of them started laughing as soon as they walked her away from us. Immediately after the ceremony was over, we all had to head down to the 7th precinct. For 5 hours, we waited in the cold for 4 comrades to come out. 3 immediately did. The indigenous woman, however, had been singled out. Every time a cop came out of that building, we chanted any and all nasty things we could. At one point, they had to erect a barricade. All I could really ask was, how come fascists don't know how to build a wall? I don't think I've ever seen more manifestations of literal pigs in my life until last night. I swear to God, I felt like I was at a smorgasbord. Towards the end of it, though, a lot of people had to start leaving for their own reasons. Then I bring up the idea, hey, why don't we just start circling the building because they'll probably bring her through the back. She won't know that there's any support for her. Nobody really wanted to do that. They just wanted to stay in one place. So for 5 hours, we were standing there, but by the 3-hour mark, they had already walked her through the back door. Instead, they just let us stand there and hurl insults at them for an extra 2 hours. At one point, one cop decided that he was going to try to talk to us. We kept asking him, hey, do you want a job? Do you want a job? Stomp on your badge. Just stomp on your badge and quit, and you will get a job by tomorrow. Fortunately, he didn't do that. But what he did do is tell us the truth. She was let out through the back and was going to be spending the night in the tombs. Yeah, so then I ended up staying there until 10 p.m. for absolutely no reason, other than because I could yell at a bunch of cops and call them bitches to their face. It was fun. Now they all have pictures of my face, and I hope they enjoy it.